Hi everyone, Tia's here. So the World Cup squad for England has been announced. Southgate has named the 23 players which he'll be taking with him. And, the first two call-outs, the first two players that a lot of people are just shocked that they haven't made the squad, and I'm quite shocked as well. Of course, Jack Wilshere, all the talks about his fitness. Well, he's gone through more or less a whole season now at Arsenal, and he's proved the fitness barrier point, and it's quite surprising he hasn't been picked. Another one would be for myself, Joe Hart. Of course, yeah, he's not at Man City no more. He's been at West Ham. He has been liable to some mistakes, but the experience that he has in these sort of competitions, I thought that he'd definitely be someone that would be picked, but he hasn't. So let's get into the squad that's been picked. Of course, the three goalkeepers, out of the three, the main one for me obviously would be Jack Butland, who obviously now will probably be at a new club next season as Stoke have been relegated. I think Butland's a good goalkeeper. I think he'll be the number one first choice in this in the World Cup, and I think he can do definitely a good role, and hopefully he does. The second goalkeeper, Jordan Pickford, everyone knows how good he is, what potential he has. He had a fantastic season before last when he was with Sunderland, and he's settled in quite decent at Everton, and I think he'll be a good second option in the World Cup. And then third keeper, Nick Pope. I don't think he's on the same level as Butland or Pickford, but he's I'll say average, to be honest with you. He's got potential at best, but we'll see how it goes. I don't think he will feature as much. I feel he's just the third choice keeper, but I think Butland and Pickford definitely the main two, with Butland being my favourite pick. Going into the defenders, you've got Kyle Walker, of course. He won the league with Man City. Trippier had a decent season with Spurs. Alexander Arnold really come through well at Liverpool. Obviously, he had Cahill in centre half. Obviously, he's got the experience. Of course, hasn't really had the worst season. He had a great season. I think no one in that Chelsea team's really had a good season except probably Courtois and Kante, and maybe Azpilicueta. You've got Harry Maguire, who's had a very good season. John Stones, who's won the league with Man City. Phil Jones, who hasn't featured all the time for United, but he's got a lot of experience and he's definitely a good asset to take. There's also Danny Rose. We know what he's capable of. He can pace up and down that left wing, and he's defensively sound as well. And one lad who you wouldn't think he'd be a left back, but I tell you what, he can definitely slot in now as a left back, left wing back. He's Ashley Young, and he's done it this season at United, and rightly so. He's been called up to the England squad. Getting into the midfield, the midfielders that's been selected, you got Eric Dier. What I like about Eric Dier is he can play as a defensive midfielder, but at the same time he can also slot in at centre half. I don't know whether Southgate wants to go over three at times, which he has played in a couple friendly games prior to this. You've got Fabian Delph, who hasn't played so much this season, but we know what he's capable of. Loftus has had a great season on loan at Crystal Palace. You've got Alli, we all know what he's about. Jordan Henderson, we know what his main role will be in that central middle bit of the park, getting the ball, passing on to someone else and betting him. And he's a good leader, he's a leader for Liverpool. I presume he could be one of the candidates to be a captain to lead the team for England. In terms of more attacking midfielders, you've got Jesse Lingard, who's had a really good season at United. Raheem Sterling, of course, won the league with Man City, but he's come across really well. And one player who he could be deemed as a striker or off the wing player, I'd go with Danny Welbeck, of course. Hasn't had the greatest of seasons, but the second half of the season, he's come across quite well, and I feel he's definitely booked himself a place in the squad, and rightly so. Getting into the strikers, of course, Harry Kane, is unfortunate not to get the Golden Boot, but he's definitely worthy of going to the World Cup. Of course, he's the best striker hands down. Jamie Vardy, again, we know what quality Jamie Vardy has. And the final man to the squad was Marcus Rashford, who, you know, a lot of talk been said at times whether he wants to stay at United. Obviously, he's not been getting the opportunities through the middle, playing some games off the left. And, you know, to be fair, in a World Cup, he'd probably be playing off the left as well. I don't really see him getting much opportunity playing through the middle. Maybe coming off the bench as a sub, or such. We'll see. But it's definitely interesting. I definitely feel that the team's got potential, and hopefully, you know, going into the tournament with no pressure on them, they can show what they're capable of. I won't do my prediction yet of how far I feel England will get into the World Cup. But I just thought I'd do this video about the squad release and stuff. You know, let me know in the comments below what your opinions are on the squad, who you think's missing, who you think should have been added. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe, and I'll catch you later.